I just want to figure out what's going on. I want to try to get as many of these people behind bars as possible.
This is Becca. She's a private investigator who hunts online predators. Offline, she also trains as a competitive shooter. She's made 764 her biggest target. For her safety, we're not disclosing where she lives or her last name.
I felt an obligation to do what I could to help the kids, the victims, and to stop these people from doing this to more kids. I saw the video, Kyle Spitz's mom, and that kind of threw me into this world of 764.
At first, there was no connection between 764 and this chaotic video posted last year by a Tennessee man named Kyle Spitz.
Point that gun at me again.
The shooter was his mother's boyfriend, and as the video went viral, Spitz was initially hailed as a victim.
It wasn't until I started to see victims in the comment section saying, this guy's a member of a satanic cult. He had a 12-year-old victim. That girl had come to me for help. She was very afraid. But she did ultimately decide to go to the police after I talked to her for a while.
Becca posted what she had learned about Spitz, who went by criminal in 764.
And it went like what you would call viral. And it was only a few weeks later that they arrested him. Acid was a friend of Kyle Spitz. He would tell me to quit my reporting or they were going to find me and rape and murder me. I remember this one time that my daughter was in the bed sleeping next to me and I got this message that said, in 30 minutes, if you don't delete everything about me, I'm gonna have your house shot up. And I remember just having this surreal moment of I'm living this normal life here with my kid, and then at the same time I'm being threatened by satanic terrorists. And so I called and made a police report about it.
Police in the UK arrested Acid, whose real name is Cameron Finnegan, last March. The 19-year-old was sentenced to 9 years in prison for encouraging a victim to live stream her own suicide. In this police interview, Finnegan showed no remorse.
The only thing.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, what we have here is a very dark and understanding of an organization that is within our own country. And I kind of want you guys to know on what this organization is and when this was created and what we have. Because we have a lot of stuff that's going on from 2019 where this organization was created. It's called 764. And you guys will find out exactly what I'm talking about here very soon because the FBI is involved and they have finally announced on what this brutal and dangerous organization is. So without further ado, let's get directly into this. First, we're going to be talking about the organization released by Kash Patel and the FBI. So without further ado, let's go with this. So we have this from Colin Rugg saying, FBI Director Kash Patel says the FBI has uncovered a nihilistic, violent extremist network called 764 that is convincing children to mutilate themselves and take their own lives. Horrific. So we have this here.
Counterterrorism work, cyber attacks, and foreign adversaries are something the FBI must never sleep on, and we are not sleeping. In the counterintelligence space alone, this year to date, 30% increase in counterintelligence arrests from the DPRK, Russia, Iran, and China. And I want the American people to know, in this setting, there's a lot of work that the brave men and women in the FBI are doing we just can't get into, but they don't stop. Our cyber threats, ransomware attacks, those harming our children online. We have nearly a 20% increase in indictments and arrests in 7 months alone this year. We're going after those that harm our malware, infrastructure systems, telecom systems, and energy structure. Combating SALT and Vault typhoons are just a little bit of the examples we're doing. Maybe most importantly, under the counterterrorism and domestic terrorism umbrella, are nihilist, violent extremists, and those that label themselves 764, who wish to go online and convince children to maim and mutilate themselves and commit suicide. And we are producing record numbers of arrests under that umbrella organization. We even stopped an individual in the 764 network who wanted to conspire to kill an adolescent girl. He is now in custody. Transparency remains one of my main priorities at the FBI. And this is what I've done in my 7 months at the helm. We've produced more than 33,000 pages of documents to Congress to a variety of committees, including, I believe, 7,500 to this committee alone, if memory serves me correct. To put the 33,000 in perspective, my predecessor in 7 years produced 13,000 pages in total. to the United States Congress. His predecessor in 4 years produced 3,000 pages in total. I repeat, I have produced 33,000 pages in 7 years to this Congress and will continue to do so. I'm dedicated to restoring the trust in the mission and the integrity of the FBI, and we cannot do so without congressional oversight, and I promise you I will continue to do so.
All right, yeah, so that's what we have here, and we have the reality of more darkness coming over. So we have this here, which is the video that you guys saw at the very beginning. It says, I'm very happy to see the 7-6. Please watch and share this video about how I stumbled upon this group in 2023 and what I uncovered. Every parent in the world needs to know about 764 and how they can protect their kids. So we go on to here. A thread of the worst 764 members caught so far. Angel Amedia, 23, New York. Amedia was one of the first high-profile members who will be arrested in November 2021. The details of his arrest reveal the link between Order of Nine Angels for the first time. Amedia was caught after the FBI received an anonymous tip directing them towards his social media profiles, which contained images of violence against children and animals. The investigation uncovered a hoard of guns and hundreds of thousands of digital files of child abuse, including self-produced CSAM. Also found in his apartment was a blood oath to Satanic Front and to the O9A Dark Gods, including indicating his genuine ideological commitment to the cult. Amedia has been disruptive and combative at court appearances, leading the state to commit him to a BOP facility. Consequently, his proceedings are still stalled. So, guys, real quick here, I'm going to show you exactly kind of what this organization started when they did this. So, this is their symbol here where you have their 7764. Then you have this here as well. Where you have 764 is a centralized, internationally operating online sextortion network that is ideologically aligned with a satanic, misanthropic, and accelerationist terror network called the Order of Nine Angels. It emerged in 2021 from the CVLT network, and it was founded in 2019. So that is crazy. And it has symbols of Satanism and Nazism in it. So, yeah, that's kind of becoming pretty close of what's been going on with the Antifa and all that other stuff. Not saying these guys are directly involved with Antifa, but I am saying there are correlations here. We have more. Caleb Merritt, 21, Texas. Merritt was a part of a 6764 network called CVLT. He was known for using screen names that indicated his adherence to OC09A beliefs. Merritt used Discord to groom a 12-year-old girl from Virginia, convincing her to cut and essay herself on camera. He then traveled to Virginia, set up camp in the victim's backyard, and raped her repeatedly prior to kidnapping her. Merritt was arrested and the girl was rescued as they fled. He was sentenced to 150 years in jail. Good riddance to this garbage. In January of this year, the DOJ announced new charges against Merritt and his Soviet co-conspirators. Colin Walker, 23, Clint Board, 41, of Hawaii, Rohan Sandeep Rance, 28 of France. Four men were charged together engaging in child exploitation enterprise. Richard, 47, Michigan. Densmore, who went by the username Rapid, was recently sentenced to 30 years in prison. He ran an online group called Sewer, which directed members to infiltrate gaming platforms such as Roblox and recruit children to cut themselves and engage in graphic SA acts on camera. Densmore also used Sewer to advertise live streams of children engaging in self-harm and SA explicit activity. So, yeah, you're seeing a correlation here. Here's the biggest one, the guy that was related into the video. Kyle Spitz, 24. Spitz accidentally went viral in January 2024, a video of his stepdad shooting him in the air. In the wake of the video, multiple victims began to come forward, alleging his role in 764, leading to his arrest. Spitz is awaiting sentencing after pleading guilty to a child exploitation charges, and as well as charges related to animal abuse. Spitz had dozens of victims all over the world. The youngest victim listed in his charging documents was 12 years old. Cameron Finnegan, 19, UK. Finnegan, who used the moniker Acid, repeatedly threatened to end and rape me and my child if I didn't stop reporting on 764, resulting in me filing an FBI complaint. He was soon after arrested and charged with possessing CSAM and possessing manuals on how to commit terror attacks and for planning a murder. In addition to being a part of 764, he was also a member of the No Lives Matter movement, which is an offshoot of a group of satanic Ukrainian terrorists called MKU. In January, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison. The judge highlighted the satanic influence of Order of Nine Angels within 764 and warned of a significant threat posed by such networks. The judge also read aloud the names of files found on his devices, one of which related specifically to me. So you can see here, Barron Martin, Arizona. Ryan Stenwork, 24. Massachusetts. You have Gerald James, 25, Kentucky. There is a whole list of people that has been part of 764. And it's insane. We have more here. Though my thread focused on 764's members, it should be pointed out that many underage abusers in the 764 network have also been arrested and in some cases tried as adults. Bradley Cadenhead was only 15 when he founded 764. He was arrested at age 17 and sentenced to 80 years in prison. Law enforcement officials said it was the most extreme case they've ever been involved in. At the top of Cannon's court file is this note, intended to be read at each of his parole hearings. To undermine the seriousness of the 764 network due to the young age of offenders is misguided and dangerous. This one, which is the worst one, is infant murder and SA, child mutilation, torture, and death human self-mutilation. This defendant is dangerous. This man should be executed. This is the devils and the demons that are within this country right now. And this is what we're dealing with. I don't think I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these people are in the satanic cult members, such as the girl that showed her back that said there was a satanic symbol on her sweatshirt, which she might be a member of 764. What this does, or what this cult does, and what this group does, is that it takes your humanity and rips it away from you. And therefore, you have no more humanity left. So therefore, I would assume this is also people maybe also psychopathic and sick in the head, but on top of that as well, you have people where they're also being indoctrinated into this type of insanity. So we'll see what happens here. This is very dangerous stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if Antifa is involved in this because there are also satanic worships within Antifa, and this is the crazy thing that's been going on here in this country. I think that we're in a roof for awakening. I think we have devils and demons that we literally have to fight off. And I don't know what else to tell people. We're living in very dark times, very, very dark times. And there's only a matter of time until we can figure out what's going on and figure out how we can change our culture and fix the darkness that's within our country, because there's too much darkness. I'm not even remotely religious here, guys. I'm not even remotely religious. I believe in demons. I believe in all this stuff. Devils, mind you, and even this is starting to push me a little bit more religious, because this is insane. I can't even recognize what the darkness we have in this country, and it's insane. It really is insane. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share. As always, take care, my friends.
This ain't the America that all our parents love, but good men try to keep making it great. Pray that God will take care of us. The system is failing us when good men die for the things that